Hey guys, welcome back to the Now Apocalypse After Show. Carly starts shooting her web series, Slut. Ford and Yuli's bromance hits a rough patch, and Yuli's alien dream saga continues. Stay tuned for more.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
AfterBuzz. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on the AfterBuzz TV Now Apocalypse After Show. I am your host, Chae Jones, and I'm with the ever beautiful, ever lovely Miss Nikki Bailey.
Oh, thank you, Chae.
How are you feeling?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I mean, we're talking about Now Apocalypse, so much sex.
We're missing Howard this week.
We are missing Howard. He will be joining us next week, guys. Don't fret.
But of course there's so much sex in Now Apocalypse because that's what this show does, and we love it.
They are really good at it.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
But before we jump into the episode, what were your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts. I felt like this was a chock full episode, and I was delighted at Carly getting down to business on her web series. Loved that Jethro came back, and I can't wait to talk about what Yuli saw at work. Yeah.
Okay. I like the episode too. For me it was nicely paced. Like, even though there was so much information, it was also at a slow enough pace where it didn't feel like it was all coming at me at once. Mm-hmm. That's what I loved about this episode. And it was really good. The writers, Greg and Rocky, you guys are awesome. You killed it.
Absolutely.
Now we have to jump into this episode. Carly and Yuli are, living their best life out on the town. And Yuli, gives off his list off the gay sex menu.
Yeah.
But he mentions there's only 2 things you can do with a woman.
Yeah, I love that he had 12 things you could do with a man, but only 2 things.
He rounded up to 15.
He rounded up to
15.
15.
He said 12, and then he rounded it. I'm going to round up now.
Right.
To 15.
But there's only 2 you could do with a woman. And the good thing is he likes both of those things. And so, yay, Yuli.
Just, once in a while, he likes to order off the menu.
Off the menu. Yeah.
I mean,
that's his like, he's not a full Kinsey 5. He's, what did he say? He was a 4 on the Kinsey scale.
Yes.
So, that's how he ended up with Aja last week. And
I think for me, it was really funny when Carly joined in the conversation, and she's just like, sometimes, I am down for the D, but, I just have a cunt in my mouth. And I feel like, oh my God, I'm so progressive.
right.
And then I in my mind, I kind of be like, baby, how are you progressive?
Well, because
I get it, but I'm also just like,
well, no, because it's a little cliche these days, right? To be someone, like, nobody's just heterosexual, right? Everybody's somewhere on the spectrum, which is true. But, it's kind of trendy right now to be somewhere on the spectrum and to occasionally end up with a cunt in your mouth, which, yeah.
I mean, it just happens. We don't plan for it.
They just fall in.
They just,
awesome.
Yeah, like water. It's like drinking water.
Yeah, you stumble and boom.
Yes. And we also found out that Carly gave her number to one of her cam clients, Worm.
Yeah, the guy with the weird No, don't judge, Nikki. The guy who had the perfectly
no judgment
zone. The guy with the perfectly acceptable and normal kink. Fetish kink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I love that we have sound effects today.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So she gave him her number, which was interesting. I think she's going to come to regret that, but that's for later in predictions.
That really is, because I can totally agree with that. If I was going to give a cam client my number, it'd be off a burner phone.
Right.
Less likely to track me and trace
me. Or a Google
me.
Voice number or something so that you don't have to give up your actual digits, ladies.
Just, safety.
Safety, right.
Safety.
You have to be careful about these things.
Because he could maybe follow you home one day and you don't know.
Right. And there's already people on the show being followed. Carly should just take precautions. Yeah.
Definitely. And Ford is dealing with his relationship with Severine again, continuously. I love the fact that he is fighting for them in a way and trying to have her understand that I want to be a priority in your life. Mm-hmm. I want you to think about me just as much as you think about your job, which is not a bad request. It's not a terrible request. It's actually very normal.
Yeah.
But she does have a very secretive type of job where she can't give you the kind of time of day you want.
True. I loved, first of all, before I tell you my thoughts about Ford and Severine, I loved that Ford made himself an adult meal. Did you see his meal? He had salmon and spinach and quinoa, okay? That was a grown man's meal. He cooked himself something delicious. And I think that made me realize that I have been selling Ford short this entire time. We have been talking about the fact that he is simple and a little bit stupid. No. Ford can afford salmon and spinach, y'all. He all right. He doing all right.
His parents are doing all
Or
right.
somebody is, right?
I'm just saying his parents are taking care of him in a way.
They must be. Somebody is, right? And then the other thing I loved was he so clearly explained to Severine what he needed.
Yes.
Which is so hard to get in any relationship, particularly
when you're a guy.
When you're a guy, right? Like it's so against type for because like when you look at Ford, he's a bro, right? Like you expect him to be,
Alpha.
like alpha. Yeah,
Yes.
like you expect him to be a bro, but he knows what he feels. He's able to express himself and ask for what he needs. And I think at first I thought it was a little like, come on, get over it. But I actually really like it now. I'm kind of like, Severine does not deserve Ford and all of his like, he is a little naive, but she does not deserve all of this emotional availability that he is giving. I am here for the emotional availability. Men, please take a note from our friend Ford. Learn how to talk about your feelings. We love that junk.
We really do.
We do.
It actually doesn't take much more than the conversation.
Yeah.
Opening your mouth. I do agree with you on some points. I do love the fact that Ford actually can cook, because we do call him simple and naive a lot, because personality traits wise, that's what you are. But there are very endearing qualities to Ford's character that you cannot dismiss.
Absolutely.
And even though I'm still here for it, there are sometimes I just want to be like, Ford, I need you to put on your big boy pants day. It's, you don't need to cry, but I need you to, realize.
Because he is naive, but he is also maybe a little overly emotional sometimes.
Yes, I think that's what it is more than that. It's not, I don't care that you're emotional. Thank you. Like, we need more emotional available men in this day and age. But there's that, and then there's Ford.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, just let's be clear about that real quick. There's that, and then there's Ford.
Yeah, Ford's on another level with it.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think that, because he's kind, he's compassionate, he's not the smartest tool in the shed, but he's got a heart. And I get why Severine like wants to be with someone like that, because he's, he is sort of, I was going to say it's because he's so grounded or whatever, but really I think Severine just wants his body. Like, I don't think she's actually interested in the relationship. And what didn't she say to him? She said something like, "Oh, your body is as sublime as a Greek sculpture."
Yes.
Sculpture, right? It was a lovely moment, a wonderful compliment. But Severine, he's more than just a pretty face and a beautiful body. The man makes salmon and spinach.
She's not getting over that.
I'm not.
However, I love the fact that we're actually seeing a woman who's into her career, and in the opposite way we normally see the guy is that unemotionally available for the partner. It's actually interesting to see a woman in this role. But I mean, Severine kills it in this character. The actress is playing her very well, and just in a way to also show that girls can be this uninterested in more than just the physical.
Right. And that they can be, one of the things that we're seeing and that I'm loving kind of like in the current wave of thousands of television shows is that women are getting to have these fully realized sex lives and sexualities, right? So she knows what she wants. She knows that she needs to get her, her sex on a regular. She's got somebody to do that with, but her major priority is her job. I'm not mad at her about that. I agree with you. I love that we're seeing kind of a flip of the usual, which, the idea of that men can have sex without emotion, and that men are the ones who are into their careers, and I think it's a nice change. I even love, we're seeing not just Severine, but Carly too has a very, a very fully realized sex life and sense of her own sexuality and her own desire. And it's a big thing for women to sort of be able to own our own sexuality and to not be ashamed of it or afraid of it. So I love that about this show. Yeah.
I definitely agree. Before we jump into Carly, you want to tell the fans a little information real quick?
Oh, fans, friends, AfterBuzzers, lend me your ear. We so love doing the work that we do here at AfterBuzz TV. We love that we get to be the ESPN of TV talk. We get to talk about all our favorite shows, and we get to talk with you about them. And the best way that you can help support us with that is to subscribe to our YouTube pages, subscribe to the iTunes, to the podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Give us a thumbs up and a 5-star rating. Leave comments. Participate in the online forums and tweet at us and all that stuff, because we actually read it. It makes a difference to the work that we do. It influences who we are and what we put out in the world for you guys, and it makes us happy.
It definitely makes us happy. And Carly is happy right now because Yuli and her are actually going to spend the entire day working on her web series, Sluts. And first of all, I love the fact that she actually did get some of her classmates from her acting class to also be in it. We
Free
saw work, by the way.
Yes, we saw Avra Friedman again, who was one of our guests here a couple weeks ago.
Plays Magenta.
We saw her in the and she was hilarious because she's clueless.
And I just love, she's like, we're gonna go by gender non-conforming roles. Okay, we'll just go in the corner, Magenta.
because at the moment that you're actually recording a film is when you want to add things to the script.
Yes.
Or like, that's not how it works. So yeah, she was hilarious. And so was the guy who the other guy from class who was kind of like just sort of duh.
Yeah. The actor is amazing, because even sometimes when he was playing, I just want to be like, there's a way to do acting, but then also to play acting badly.
Right.
And just, that is a skill, and that is amazing, sir.
It is an actual skill. You have to know, you have to be a good enough actor to know what bad acting is.
Yes.
So that you can then portray a bad actor. Like, that was pretty sensational. I really enjoyed it. And I thought it was another one of those, like, laugh out loud moments for me. Like, I legit was sitting there watching this, and I, like, had to pause because I laughed so loud that I couldn't hear the rest of the conversation. So
See, I watch mine with subtitles.
Yeah, I love him, and I wish I feel like he and Magenta should have a spin-off of, like, like bad actors from the Now Apocalypse universe, like how to be a bad actor, how to be a good actor in a bad way. I don't know what the show is, but yeah, I think Magenta and him should have a bad actors from acting class show.
What I also loved the fact that she was taking her real life experience and putting into the script. Like, I don't know if I should feel bad for you because his business is getting told into the street, Odysseus, sir.
Right. No, it's not. Right. Well, which I totally loved, right? Okay, so his name is Ulysses, and
the Greek version of that
is Odysseus. And that was fantastic. I loved it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, she did a great job just of that, and to also include that. And then you have Jethro.
Whose character in the web series is Jebediah, which are both biblical names. So it kind of like works. Like she was like, let me find a parallel in each universe
However, Jethro is the kind of actor you just want to punch in the face.
Oh, he's so annoying.
Just a little bit. Let me explain something to you, because you're doing the scene and you're gonna stop the scene. You're not the director. You're not the executive producer. You're just the actor that I need. You need your body, basically, that I need. And you're going to cut and then tell me that this is not what your character would say, even though you literally said this in real life.
And also, she's the writer. You don't say to the writer, my character wouldn't say that. You know how you don't do that? Because she's the writer. And that's what she said the character said.
True.
So, hello.
And your job as the actor is to give yourself an intention of why you would say these words.
Right.
Just plain and simple, sir.
Right. Yeah.
Just give your character an intentional way to say it, because every word that we say and everything we do on screen is intentional. It's for a reason.
Right.
Now, what is their reason? That's up to you as an actor to figure out.
I kind of thought that Carly was going to be so annoyed with Jethro that she broke up with him over. Because, like, that whole day, he was so annoying.
Oh, no, it didn't get annoying until he gave his own speech that was not his to give. Sir, this is not your project. You literally were a body that I needed.
He stole her thunder. Like, she worked so hard. She wrote a web series. She got people together to shoot it. And here she is about to sort of toast everybody for their contribution, and Jethro steps on her toes and steals the moment.
And not even to make matters worse, right after her agent says, I'm sorry, we're going to part ways. Carla. Like, not even getting her name correct.
Right.
Just saying, we're no longer right fits for each other.
Oh my gosh, that was like an actor's worst nightmare, right? So like I am frequently like I haven't booked anything in a while. So I'm always kind of like I don't want my agent to drop me. That's a terrible phone call to get on a day where she is really working on her craft. She created a vehicle for herself.
Yes.
And then her agent dropped her.
And then to find out that the guy from her class has a big audition that is so secret, he only has a monologue.
Right.
And then Jethro tries to also kind of one up him and say, oh yeah, I'm going to be with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Playing another dead body.
Sir, I mean, great. You can like legit fall asleep while we're filming right now. That is so amazing for you. Like, you're working on your sleeping skills, sir. That is amazing. And I applaud you for doing that, covered in fake blood. I so applaud him for that.
Yeah.
But sorry, that is not important.
He's a gifted actor. He plays those dead scenes. Oh my God. Jethro. So talented.
Like, babe, are you watching?
Are you watching me be
while
dead?
While I'm watching, like, I was getting like a massage. Babe, are you watching? Like, you're pressing too hard. Just watch the TV.
I think one of the things I love about this show is how it pokes fun of the absurdities of living in Los Angeles. And like like there are particular things that are so LA in this show. I think you said this. I remember you saying this a few episodes ago. The show is so LA. And that whole, conversation between two actors where one of them's talking about a great opportunity and the other one, in order not to feel bad, decides to interject with what wasn't a great opportunity. I mean, maybe it is, but like, you're playing a dead body in a scene with with Benedict Cumberbatch. Come on, dude.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to talk to you.
Right. So like, it was like such an LA moment. Like I love that about this show. There's so many times where you're like, yeah, it's such an LA thing.
Just the way she always says certain things about being an actor is like being a whore, except for,
Right.
Yeah, it's just the transparency of it all is so true. Because as much you're supposed to like grow and work on your craft, and your hard work is eventually going to pay off. But you also, and you want to support your fellow actors because you know how hard the struggle is. But just when you see somebody rising up and you just got kicked to the curb, you're going to be in your feelings.
Yeah. But that's when you keep your mouth closed so that you don't.
True.
Because, jealousy, that's
it's not pretty.
Cute. It's not cute. Yeah, it's not cute.
It really isn't. And I like the fact that after that, she decided to rate her entire vibrator drawer. First of all, why do all your vibrators need batteries? Baby, all you need is a USB port.
Girl.
To charge.
Girl, why did I write down, Carly, get a rechargeable vibrator, boo? I legit wrote, stop being about that battery life. Batteries are bad for the environment and they're more expensive. Get a rechargeable, might I also suggest waterproof vibrator, Carly?
They're amazing. They're on Amazon. Some are legit. The mini ones are like $16.
Yeah.
I got mine for $20.
I paid over $100 for mine because, But
see, I am cheap, but mine still works very, very well.
It's a beautiful thing. Rechargeable, environmentally sound, and healthy and happy for your body. Come on, Carly.
That'll last up to 4 hours.
Get out of that battery life, okay? We are in the 21st century now. We don't need batteries to get our orgasm on, girl. Come on.
She almost freaked her roommate out. Her new roommate, Emily, that we didn't get a chance to talk about. She has a new roommate. Her name's Emily. She's a little mousy, a little bit, I would have to say. And, Carly is looking through a drawer with this giant, comically large knife.
Looking for a
family pack that she just bought. And she's like, vibrators need batteries. So that tells me a little bit about Emily. Yeah. So you don't use those type of things, sweetie, do you?
No. Emily also was hilarious in the scene when they were shooting the web series, and she's like behind the action, but she's just scrubbing the table really hard as a waitress while there's actually people waiting there, like eating at the table. Yes. And she's got her whole body cheated out so she can be in the shot. I was like, been there, done it. I've been that extra.
been an extra. Trust me, I know what a camera is. I know how to cheat the body enough where it's just like, you see me, and I legit will have people call me and say, did I see you in this?
Right.
Yes, you did.
I thought that was funny. So yeah, I think Emily's going to be a lot of fun for the show because she obviously is easily scandalized. And
oh yes, especially when she walks in on Jethro and Carly.
oh my gosh. And of course she didn't see she doesn't understand the whole backstory and the whole role-playing thing that they were doing. So all she hears is Jethro calling Carly mommy.
Yeah. Calling her mommy.
And performing cunnilingus. And that's probably a little shocking to see when you are new in an apartment and you walk into the kitchen and that's what you... Okay.
And you're rocking back and forth because you don't know what to do.
She was traumatized.
So that tells me also another thing about her character, the fact that she might not have had sex yet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And she was wearing white, like she was all in like virginal white,
yes.
you know, so I thought that was
all
really
prim
cute.
and proper. Like I don't think she's experienced like the LA.
No, she's definitely fresh off the bus from the Midwest. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I just love, like, I feel like Carly and Jethro's relationship only gets better the more time they get into their BDSM relationship, because I think eventually they will break up, but I also feel like this is how they're both going to be able to explore their own sexuality in it as well.
I agree. I feel like from what I know of BDSM, it requires a lot of trust and communication. And the fact that they are exploring spanking, I think is going to bring them closer. And if Jethro could if Jethro could get over his ego and be more present for Carly, I think that could be a beautiful thing. I'm shipping them because I like Jethro is fine. Okay.
And he has an accent. Damn.
I know, right? He's like Australian and gorgeous and everything. So I want to see more of him having the sexes, but also, you know, he's kind of a jerk. So I think that they got to figure that out.
I totally agree. Now we're going to move over to Ford and Yuli's bromance. Ford receives pictures from Otto that he did during his photo shoot before they went to Palm Springs and everything, and they are questionable. And Ford needs, advice, so he asks Yuli to be honest.
Yeah, Ford asks Yuli, do they look too gay? Now, Ford, identifying as a gay man himself, did not directly answer the question. Yuli, right. Yuli, identifying as a gay man, did not answer the question entirely, but he did say, I think you need to be careful about Otto and Barnabas and these guys. Like, they're about something else. And reminding him about, finding Barnabas, like, hovering over him at the party in Palm Springs, where, his clothes were half off.
Yes.
And then Yuli got mad.
Ford got mad. Why
am I confusing everybody's names today? Ford got mad.
You miss Howard.
I miss Howard. I know. But Ford got mad, which was weird. We don't see Ford get angry very often,
Yes, really, it's like rare.
And he asked for specific feedback and then didn't like the feedback he got, and so was kind of angry about it. I don't know. Do you think that maybe speaks to something internal for Ford, something he's going through? Like, do you think that was about that particular issue, or was it about something else?
I think it's partly about his relationship with Severine being in the ether, and I also think that maybe something unexplored that Ford doesn't even know how to call upon. Like, I don't think he has the reference because he does love women. Like, obviously he loves Severine. He loves having sex with another woman. And even though he did kiss Yuli, I guess, in college, I don't think that's something that was just like, oh, I'm nowhere near going towards bi as of yet. But I also feel like he's also dealing with emotions he doesn't really know what they are.
Yeah. He's got the relationship with Severine. He's also trying to make it as a screenwriter in LA. And again, another one of those very LA things is Ford talking about, you don't understand the business. Like, you have to do these things. You have to pay your dues to get where you want to go.
So that does not mean you have to go on a casting couch, sir.
Right.
I'm just saying you can pimp yourself out without pimping yourself out. And if you actually have to ask the question, are these two gay? Maybe they're too gay.
They were too sexual. Like, I think that was the problem, right? I think the thing that Ford's not seeing about Otto and Barnabas is that they have a sexual interest in him. And I think that, I think he's not seeing it, and that's where the naivete comes in. I also think that Yuli's right, like, in this town, there are people who will prey on you if you are naive, if you're not aware of what's really happening. And then we have the whole added thing with Barnabas of having those alien eyes, right? So like not only is Barnabas interested in him sexually or potentially interested in him sexually, but what else is there? There's probably like, there might be this little alien interest as well, which I remember I theorized that somehow, I think that Barnabas is using Ford to get to Severine, because Severine obviously does some kind of work, scientific work connected to these aliens, right? So I don't know.
Okay, so this is the thing for me with the entire scene. The fact that Ford was just saying these are artistic, they're not pornographic. There is a line where artistic and porn lie. Those photos went all over the line.
You think?
Just in it was for me. It was not even the bubbles the one with the bubbles. I would say it was artistic. I actually thought that was really cute. The one with the whipped cream and then the cake and then the ones on his nipple area, we crossed.
There was like a lot of like hinting at ejaculation and stuff like that in them. I don't think they were necessarily porn, but I don't think they were art either. So like I think they were just.
Like, I mean, even we could say erotic art, but still
they were silly.
They
were a lot of silly.
They were a lot, but they're also in the way of just being, dude. Like, I really need you to understand, I am your friend, and I am trying to. All I'm asking for you to do is be careful.
Right.
Like, you don't have to take anything else I'm saying serious right now, but just be careful.
Right.
And then Ford obviously has the gall to call Yuli naive, which is like the pot calling the kettle black.
All kinds of black, right? Yeah, I know.
And you know, I would laugh too if I was Yuli, because sir, I'm the one that found you.
Right.
I know it really is okay, but you know, be mad.
Yeah.
But I think you're also mad at the wrong person.
I agree. I think Ford's really angry at Severine, and so he took it out on Yuli.
And I really wanted to be like, Ford, I understand you love her, but sometimes love is not enough, and if it's not enough, it's okay to just let go and let God.
Yeah. Yeah. You should give Ford that advice.
Ford, let go and let God. That's all I ask. That's all I have to say. Now Yuli is, you know, he has his alien dreams going again. We see the homeless man that we saw in the first episode, saying that the Archangel Gabriel will come down and blow his golden trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what's happening. The apocalypse is near, sir.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. Like, I felt like, so the sci-fi fan in me got super excited by that dream, by the whole naming. Mm-hmm. So the fact that the homeless guy named the angel Gabriel, and we already have a Gabriel in the show.
Well, another actually is an Archangel Gabriel, and just like an Archangel Michael.
Right. And so now I'm wondering, who is Gabriel? Is Gabriel the harbinger of the apocalypse? Like, is Gabriel the Gabriel who is sort of bringing the apocalypse? And then the whole fact that Yuli posted about the logo, the
lighting with the W.
Yeah, and then it got deleted. You guys saw that, right? He posted it to find out on his reptile alien page. He posted to find out, like, has anybody ever seen this logo? Like, what's that about? And then it got deleted. The same logo that is tattooed on Gabriel's arm. Guys. Alien apocalypse now. Now apocalypse. You see how they're doing that? You see what they're...
Oh my gosh, I love you. Because I just do. Because
like, why
no,
is
for real.
You know, like,
I agree with you though. I do. That's where my mind went to a little bit. That Gabriel, the reason Gabriel's been so staticky and just away from, I was legit going to say Isaac Yuli, is because maybe him and Yuli's relationship is what starts the apocalypse. So that's why he's keeping his distance.
Because remember back when they had that like mutual masturbation, mutual jerk off thing
in the alley,
and then they saw this whole cosmic explosion thing. So like, if Gabriel is some kind of supernatural being, maybe, and they have a connection, an intimate, spiritual, emotional connection, maybe them being together. And then, you got Yuli who has these prophetic dreams. Why does he keep having dreams about being in dark places and seeing creepy things? And then he goes and he is in a dark place seeing a creepy thing. Stop going to dark places, Yuli. Stop.
Well, it's his job.
I know it's his job.
He gets called in on his day off to go into the junkyard, and he finds the homeless man wandering around. So he decides to chase after the homeless man.
Because he had the dream. He wants to get answers. Like
Yes.
and then of course...
And of course, the homeless man goes over a wall, so Yuli decides, oh, I can do it too. I'm limber. He's not. He trips over the wall and face plants onto the ground.
Again. So remember, back several episodes ago, he face planted on his bike, then had the vision of the alien raping the homeless guy, and then everybody was like, dude, you're doing too much weed. You just bumped your head. No wonder you're seeing weird things. But this time, he face planted again. And I'm imagining that in the next episode, he's going to report seeing some weird stuff. And again, people are going to be like, dude, you bumped your head again. Or maybe he keeps bumping his head. Like maybe the aliens are making him bump his head so that he is discredited when he says stuff about seeing them.
I mean, but everybody's discredited most times when they talk about aliens. So that's...
Okay, right. That's true. But...
I mean, I see where you're going with it. I was just... For argument's sake.
It was a theory. You're right.
I agree with you.
You poked a big old hole in my theory.
No, I totally got what you're saying. But for argument's sake.
You're right. Nobody's going to... Yeah, most people don't believe alien sightings, right? So, like, I do.
I know you do, which is awesome. I personally believe there are so many things in the galaxies that we have not even yet to comprehend. So why would we want to, put down people's ideas about that?
Right.
What would be the point? And if you are putting me down, maybe it's because I'm getting too close to the truth.
Right. I want to say before we get to our special segment, okay. I want to ask you, what did you think of Severine masturbating to her stalker watcher guy?
Yeah. So Severine comes home, and she just, I'm just gonna go straight to my window to see if the hot creepy neighbor is there, and he's getting it on with a nice redhead. And right before he is about to close the blinds, I see you.
He notices her, right? Yeah.
So he decides to push the blinds out of the way.
So that she can
and
watch.
Presses up the woman into the window and does it that way so she can watch. I think Severine really does get off of voyeurism.
She does.
That is one of her kinks. Mm-hmm. More than I even think just the physicality of her with somebody else.
I agree with you. We've seen that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like it gets her off even more. Mm-hmm. I mean... I think that's awesome. If I came home and saw two hot people having sex, I wouldn't go away. I would want to see how it finished. But again, that's me.
Oh my, you're gonna have to do a segment on voyeurism.
I will. We're gonna head ourselves. That's what Netflix for.
But my problem with it is not that she's a voyeur, because whatever you're into, you're into. But this guy has obviously been stalking her and watching her. So maybe you don't want to masturbate to the guy who's stalking you. Maybe that encourages bad behavior, Severine. Well, I don't know.
She likes danger.
She does, obviously, right?
So I'm saying that's, her profession calls for a high clearance of certain things. So I feel like danger and risk is kind of where she lives.
I agree.
And I also think that as quote unquote afraid she could be of who's ever stalking her, it gets her off a little bit.
Yeah, the danger of it may do something for her. I think Severine is really interesting. I need to understand how this scientist became so fashionable. I also, like, she always has her collar popped on her white lab jacket.
Yes.
She is so fierce. Severine, come visit us. Thank you.
Yeah, guys. So we're going to get into our special segment, The Sex Fun Fact. Ooh. So guys, the sex fun fact today is, if being in a healthy long-term relationship is wonderful, but the only drawback is sleeping with the same person over and over and over again. Luckily, there are fun ways to change it without going completely out of your comfort zone. One way to learn to have great sex again and shake it up by experimenting with sexy role play. Now, I'm going to give you the top 10 role play ideas. You can also find the article on yourtango.com. So number 1, strangers at a bar. Number 2, professor and student. 3, acting out one of your favorite sex scenes from a movie. Ooh. Putting yourself into that, that way it can be fun.
Yeah.
4, fireman.
What?
Come to save me. You know.
Oh, I get it. I'm a damsel in distress.
Yes.
Save me.
Save me, sir. Number 5, chef and server. 6, the masseuse and client. 7, doctor and patient.
Nice.
8, dance teacher and student. 9.
That sounds real physical. I don't know. That one sounds like I'd have to stretch and limber up before I did it. I don't think so.
I mean, you always got to limber up for sex anyway, so.
You do?
Uh,
Learn something new every day. What?
Number 9, boss and employee. And if you just want to get real creative about it, number 10, pirate and captive.
Ooh, arg. Take off your panties, aye, matey.
Or, you can switch it up and the girl's the pirate.
Ooh.
And you're my captive.
Yeah.
You've been a bad thief.
I like the pirate one. All right. Gonna make me use that one. Oh, wait, too much information. But I do like the pirate one.
I know, it's very intriguing. And guys, like if you're thinking of role play, I gave you 10, but there are so many ideas out there. You can get creative with your own. You can take real life, you can take it from movies. If you want to be Ross and Rachel, go forth and go prosper.
Ooh, speaking of like role play, what did you think of Jethro and Carly role playing this like mother-child scenario?
I love role playing as an idea. However, mother and child always leaves me in a different feeling. I mean, whatever you're into is totally you. And I kind of got into it as it was, progressing in the scene. It's not my vibe though.
Yeah.
How about you?
No, I felt like they made it hot. Like it was cool. Like the ruler, and she had on the old timey bra.
Oh my gosh, the 50s mom. Like it was legit something out of Pleasantville, and I actually was like, I want to do a scene from Pleasantville.
Yeah, like I thought that was a really great take. I too am not down with so much with the sort of incestual role playing stuff, but they really made it hot. And the ruler, the fancy bra, and obviously they were both really satisfied with it. So I thought it was fun, and I think poor Emily will never be the same.
Yeah, she will never be the same again. But, we are still going to be here talking about Now Apocalypse. We're going to get into some predictions, guys.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Miss Nikki, what is your prediction?
My prediction, as I have said every episode, is that I think Gabriel's coming back. And now that he's been named an archangel, Archangel. Yeah, I think we're going to see Gabriel come back. I think that Jethro and Carly are going to have some friction. I think that Jethro's going to find out about her camera work. And I think that we're going to learn more about Severine and her work. And I'm looking forward to that.
I predict Yuli is going to get a new love interest in his life to, compete against Gabriel in that way, because he's been so focused on Gabriel and sleeping around, he hasn't really found someone that's really hold on to his interests. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that will play out, especially if Gabriel does end up turning right back around and showing up.
So you're not shipping Gabriel and
I don't
Yuli?
not ship it, but I just want to see what Yuli will be like in another relationship that has nothing to do with him.
Okay.
I also predict that Severine and Ford are going to explore more of their relationship, whether it's a deal breaker or not. We're going to find out. But guys, we talked so much about this episode. It was amazing. Don't forget to comment. Let us know what your thoughts were. Nikki, where can the fans find you?
Oh, if you want to chat with me, you can find me at Nikki Bailey _ and at NikkiBaileyComedy.com.
You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram, and Thursdays at 7 p.m. on The Perfectionist. We have a special guest coming this Thursday. You're going to want to tune in to find out who it is. Thank you guys so much for joining with us, and Howard is going to be coming back.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.